All right, so this week you guys are going to be creating Facebook pages, and you're going to be creating pages for one of these 6 different um, organization types, either a local business, a place, a company, organization, institution, a brand or a product, artist, band, public figure, entertainment, cause, or community. And your question is probably, what am I creating? From this point on, I want you to really start thinking about your own business ideas you might have, or some type of talent you might have. So we've had students in the past create different Facebook pages for, let's say, their a clothing company, an idea they have, or maybe it's to sell images, photographs that they create. We've had students who have bands, others who have family businesses. I had one student a couple semesters ago whose family had an ice cream shop, and because of this class, they were able to create a social media presence online. So I want you to really think about what is it that you might want to follow through with. If there's some idea you have about a business, you have some type of family organization that you might want to create a page for. Maybe it's a cause that you can think about, something that you're really passionate about that you want to create a page for. But whatever it is, make sure that it's something that you have an interest in and you have a passion for. And once you do select that, you're going to want to select the correct type of page for that type of organization. So with that, in order to create a Facebook page, you first need a Facebook profile. And in the PowerPoint, I did go over the difference between a profile and a page. Profile is what we all get when we create a Facebook page for the first time. It's called a Facebook profile, and it's a personal page for you and for your ability to connect and communicate with friends and family, post images, and so forth. A Facebook page is for an organization. You cannot use a Facebook profile for an organization. It's against their terms of service and agreement, and we did discuss that a couple of weeks ago, so you guys do know the importance of end user agreements and terms of service. So with that, how do you create a Facebook page or a profile if you do not have one before you even get to this page site? Because in order to create a Facebook page, you need to have a Facebook profile. You're going to go to facebook.com, and once you go to facebook.com, you'll be taken here. And here's where you will create for the first time with your first name, last name, a mobile number, email, create a password. You can put your date of birth, female, male, and then you're going to sign up. Once you sign up, you'll go ahead and create your Facebook profile. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log in to my Facebook profile here. And I have 2 profiles, you notice, because this one I use to connect with my students. And there are 2 ways you guys could create a Facebook page. Once you've logged into your profile, you could open up another tab, and in your browser, you could type in Facebook page, and it would take you to facebook.com/pages. Right here, create a page. Another option is within your Facebook profile itself. If you go all the way over to the right, you'll see a little triangular icon. If you hover over that with your mouse and you can click on the drop down arrow, you'll see the option to create a page. So you could create the page there as well. And it'll take you to the same place that we were at. So once you think about, let's say, the type of business, let's give an example of each of these. A local business or a place, for example, that ice cream shop that my student family owned. That might be something, a company or an organization or an institution. So at Long Beach City College, we created the Women in Information Technology Club. So that would be what we might select for a company, organization, or institution. Maybe it's a new club or an organization that you've created within a larger organization. So student clubs are an example of that. A brand or a product. I have a friend who sells t-shirts to a specific demographic of individuals, and so she has the specific product that she sells, and she sells it through here. There is no brick and mortar location. It's all through her online site. So she would select brand or product. Artist, band, or figure. I've had a student in the past semesters who was in a band, and they would travel and play at different events. And through this class, she was able to create a Facebook presence for that organization. So you want to think about that. Entertainment, kind of on the same boat there. When I think about this, sometimes I think about like how there are a lot of individuals who play a lot of video games, and there may be somebody who is fairly good at that, a specific game or type of platform, and they've created a Facebook page to connect to gamers, to give them maybe hints on how to pass a certain level. I don't know much about gaming, but that's just kind of the background guess there. And maybe the cause or community. Maybe there's a special cause that's close to your heart that you really want to focus on. And this really makes me start thinking about nonprofit organizations a bit more. Maybe it's about helping with dogs or cats, or collecting coats for the winter, or it could be anything, something that's of to your heart. So let's just click local business or place, and they're all going to be a little different. Once you click on it, you're going to have to go ahead and give a name. So for this project, if you do not want it to become something that's real, we can go ahead and just create any kind of fake name here, and you can delete the page after you submit the project. Company organization looks a little different. You would choose the kind of category that this fits in. There's a large section of categories. Again, you'd give it a name and you'd click get started. Brand or product, similar thing. Artist, band or figure, same thing. Entertainment, same thing. Cause or community, a little different. You're just going to write what the cause is. So you're going to want to create a page based on what your interest is here. So let's do brand or product, and let's say we're creating a Facebook page for clothing brand, and we'll call this BCom 25 clothing brand. And you guys can name it whatever you think is appropriate for your organization. Once you get started, it should take you to create that page. Okay, once you select the name and the organization type, whatever it is, it'll take you, when you click get started, it should take you here to this add a profile picture. You can add a picture, or you can skip. Profile is the image that pops up on the left-hand corner here, and I'll show you in a minute. And then you get the opportunity to add a cover photo, which is the large image in the back. My suggestion is usually the profile picture be some type of logo or connection to who the organization is, and a cover photo can change periodically. Let's say I'm a clothing brand, Mother's Day is coming up, maybe I've got some type of image up there that connects to the fact that Mother's Day is coming up, and I have some sale, and that can change over time. Once you've done that, or you can skip like I do, and it'll take you to the home page for your page. So these are all people who work at Long Beach City College. So let me go ahead and make it a little larger so you guys can just focus on the page. So over here would be your photo, and this would be your cover photo, your profile image, your cover photo. You can click here to select it. Here you can also, instead of having a photo, you could also choose to have a video. That's your choice. But some important things to go over here. If I want to go ahead and see all the options to the left, you have your about section, which is really important to make sure that you fill out. You want to make sure that you have a start date if you already have a business, go ahead and put that start date. If this is something you're creating just for this course, go ahead and put the start date of this week. You want to have some valid information here. So if you're an organization I can contact you, it means there's information in here for me to contact. Your email, if you have a website, phone number. This is Facebook Messenger, so you can send a message directly if somebody likes your page or follows. And then a little bit more about who you are. It's always great to have a tell our story, or tell us a little bit about the business. And there's a bunch of other things. If you are a restaurant or an organization that sells food, you could have a menu option here. And there's a lot of different things. A lot of this is just you going around and getting acclimated with the different aspects of it on your own. So up here is where you can add a button. A lot of times a button will come, but what is a button? A button is a way for those who follow your pages can communicate with your organization. There are buttons like sending messages. If you're an insurance company, getting a quote. You can have forms in there where people, if they come in, they can fill out a form. So you have their contact information, make an appointment. There's all sorts of them. So let me go ahead and click on that. Here there are really quick ones. And again, these change based on the kind of page that you select of those 6 options from the very beginning. I want to book. You can change it to book with you, contact you, learn more about your business. Maybe you have an app or a game that's connected to this page. So I want to contact me. If I want them to contact me, then I can say, hey, contact us button. You can say send an email button, send a message, call now. So if somebody's looking at it on their phone and they click on that, they can automatically call you. The book now, maybe it's you do hair, or it's real estate. Watch a video to learn more about our business. Shop with or make a donation. Now the charity ones, the nonprofit ideas. So whatever works for your organization, you'll want to choose at least one for this assignment. Okay. Then I'm going to want you guys to have some original posts. So how do you create a post? So you can go ahead and down here, you'll see this section where you'll see an image. If you put one in here, otherwise you'll just see the first letter of what your page is called. And it'll give you the option to insert a bunch of different things. You could insert a photo, live video, event products. So if you wanted to do a GIF or a meme from the last week, GIF specifically because they're moving images, you would want to go to Giphy and click on the option to download it as an MP4, and then you could upload that video here and it would look like a GIF on the page. Events and products, so a lot of different options. You can create an event, write a list, a lot of different things here. Photo, video, you can go and upload, create album. So you'll need to have some original posts in here. And I think that's about it for this specific project. I'm not having you guys go too in depth unless you really want to, because for many of you, you'll probably be just creating something that is not real. But I did want to go into one section of pages here in the settings section. If you click on settings, settings allows you to do some modifications to the actual page from the background. I think one important one is about page roles. If you have more than one individual who want to be able to have access to managing, editing, or being administrators on the page, this is where you can assign the roles. You might hire somebody, fire somebody. There might be multiple individuals who are working on it at the same time at different times of the day, because we did talk about making sure that you communicate and get back to your customers as quickly as possible when they do posts. So I don't think one person would be able to man a page on their own for a large organization at all times of day. So you would select the email account here that the individual has their own Facebook profile with, and then you would choose if they had administrative rights where they could literally change everything on the page, editing rights where they can do a lot of the stuff but not like the whole background and stuff like what we're doing right now. They can do moderating rights, they had advertising rights, analyst rights, or they can just be a live contributor. You would click add, and then they would get a message in their own Facebook where they would add that. All right, some general info. On the general tab, you can publish the page. You can choose visibility or not. My suggestion is to not publish it. This is for the class. There's a lot of options for tagging. You can have age restrictions if that is a requirement for what you sell or what you're doing. There are multiple languages. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff here for you to look through. So I really suggest you take some time to go through that. But those are the big things. And there are videos that talk about insights and how to use insights for your organization, which I think are very important. And I think that's about it. If you guys do have questions through the week, please feel free to email me. Please make sure that you could utilize my office hour time as well and come on in. And if you can't make those times, please feel free to email me and set up a time that you can make. I am there all day on Tuesday, so I suggest you take a look at this as soon as possible. And if you have any questions, to find some time and maybe come to campus on Tuesday. All right, good luck. I look forward to seeing your assignments.